Hello YouTube, this is MusicDude14Z, and here I am with Redstone tutorial number 7, and we're going to be dealing today with XOR and XNOR gates, which are just a more complicated version of the OR gate. Basically, the X in front of OR stands for exclusive, because it excludes one output that the OR gate had. As you can see, the table right here is very similar to that of the OR gate, except that right here, when both inputs are on, you get an output of off, because you only want one or the other, hence exclusive. Alright, so now that we've established it's essentially just like an OR, except with this missing, let's go and learn how to build one. Be right back. Alright guys, so we've got our two inputs, and our output, our redstone lamp. So now all we need to do is make this function like an XOR gate, as if that was easy. Alright, so let's make a basic OR gate, because we saw they were both very similar. There we go. Alright, so let's make a basic OR gate, just making sure you guys can hear me now, considering it's loud and go away. Alright, okay, so now we're making our basic OR gate that functions as an OR gate, but now we need to adjust it so that when both inputs are on, we turn this off. So how can we isolate? What gate have we learned that isolates the time when both inputs are on? That's right, the AND gate. So let's place a block here and a block here, and we'll make these two repeaters, and we'll see how that works in a second. So now all we've done is we're using the power to power a block, which is then giving power to the repeater and going to the redstone here. Now let's add some NOT gates right here and here. These NOT gates are the inverse of the symbol of the sig inputs. I'm going to say inputs because I always seem to say signal wrong during these. Alright, so as we learned, for an AND gate you take the inverse of both signals, inputs, there we go, and then you make an OR gate out of these. So when this is on, the redstone right above will be on, and same over here, so made an OR gate, and then you negate it. And that's the value of your AND gate. And now we're going to place a brick, and this is getting power from that torch. So, see they're both on, but during any other case, that'll be off. So what do we need that signal to do? Whenever this is on, we need it to change this. So how can we do that? Well, we can build a double NOT gate. So let's do that really quick. And then we need to redo this because this doesn't work, obviously. Such that I'll do this. Let's do it this way. We're going to do it this way. Easier. So now we've got an OR gate completely separate from the AND gate, except for the fact that when the AND gate is activated, this gets power, which then turns this torch back off again, because there are two inputs, the OR gate and the AND gate, that can turn off this second negation, so this double NOT gate. And that's the basic principle. You make an OR gate and have the AND gate negate it. That's probably the simplest way to look at making this gate. Alright, so let's look at some more condensed versions of this gate. So here you have two levers that very quickly make a NOR gate right here, and then negate it, turning it back into an OR gate. And you have an AND gate that negates the signal. So that's like a really, really compact way of doing it. Here's another one that uses a very similar approach. Just so you can see all the detail. There's a torch under each of these. This is a symmetrical gate. By the way, you'll see a lot of gates are very symmetrical because it just makes sense. Two inputs. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. And so you've got the two inputs there that negate here and turn into an OR gate, so that's our OR gate. And here's the AND gate, because this redstone gets power from these two blocks when these are on. So this will only be off when both are off, and hence that'll be on, and that's our AND gate part. So this works. I'm not going to show you all of them, because I'm just trust me, they work. This is kind of an expanded all-in redstone version of that. You can see it here. And here's one that only works with levers, obviously. Like, if you didn't have levers right here or buttons or something, this is not going to work. But I don't know why you'd be using buttons in a gate. And no, you don't need this block. It's just, you know, it's there. But, So yeah, this is just, it's got the AND gate right here, because both these inputs go into this block, so that's an AND gate, and then you've got an NOR gate. Like, so this one's really compact just because of where they put the levers. And then here's this gate remade so that it works with the levers right there, but you still kind of need the levers right here, so this isn't really much better. So, you know, not too bad. Right here, we've got another version of the gate, which looks pretty simple from the front. It's got its AND gate part sort of right there, and sort of back here. It's a little complicated, but it's not too bad. This is the safety that turns it off. This will only be on when both are off. So it's like the inverse of the AND gate, and you have the AND gate over here. It's a little weird. So it's the NAND gate in a sense. Here you have another version, which is similar to the one down there. And again, you still don't need this block. It's just, you know, you put it there, because why not? And that works, I promise. And these all work. They were tested. Here's one that uses a heck lot of torches, but it's pretty compact. So, it's actually a really nice one, but it's a little hard to understand, mainly because it really uses this idea of when a block is powered by a torch, the redstone adjacent to it is just powered. Because even though this looks like a dot, the Minecraft uses this as a plus, so it's getting power from everything. Now, if I put redstone here, the gate stops working, because now it's not getting power from these two blocks. Well, it is, but it doesn't power. It won't power them then. So for this gate, I think it works okay, but for other gates, that may actually break the gate. Here's a mechanical AND gate. Or XOR gate. What? This is an XOR gate. So one input switches from repeater to repeater due to this NOT gate. So this repeater, that repeater. And this one shifts which repeater sends the signal straight through. So that makes it so it toggles. So the mechanical ones are a little bit simpler to think about than the all redstone ones. This is basically a toggle when these switch and this switches. Here is another version where they use this technique, and yeah, this one's really compact too. This block does need to be here because it cuts this off from those, so make sure to keep that. It's turning nighttime, so let's fix that. Oops, forgot the space, guys. Yay! Alright, so that's good. Here's a gate that's actually my design. Completely, not taken from anywhere, not taken from any videos. I was doing a calculator and I needed an XOR gate that fit in a 1x1 vertical space that was very small, and this is what I came up with. And it's pretty low on delay. I think it's 0.3 or sorry, it's 3 or 4 ticks. I forget. And this, you know, can be carried out. This does not have to be directly here, but this part has to be the same. So you power the piston, which toggles the sand up and down, and then you use this repeater into this block, because remember how we talked when you power a block by a repeater, the redstone below and above is now powered. So you have the signal is down here, and the inversion of the signal is right here, going into this. So you have on and off. So basically, when this is the toggle between that repeater and that repeater, and then flipping the piston is either using this or using this. This could have been done with 2 pistons and solid blocks, but I did it with gravity affected blocks like sand, as you can see, because that just makes it easier, and only 1 piston, so lower delay, less redstone, and very, very compact. So I like this design, mainly because I made it, but I do use it. Here's another vertical design that's a little bit bigger and has, I think, the exact same delay between, you know, changing from inputs. So, and it does work. This one's actually really complicated to explain, and I'm not entirely sure how it works, because it's a bit of a mess, but it's basically just a couple gates. Okay, guys, sorry for the pause right after this gate. Someone walked into my room, and I had to deal with it. But what I was about to show you guys was a multiple input XOR gate. I built it with 4 inputs just to give you an idea of the logic behind it. Now the truth table was for 2 inputs. This is actually a lot more confusing than 2 inputs. Basically, the easiest way to look at it is when there's an even number of inputs on, the signal is off, and an odd number is the signal's on. So if there are 0 inputs, like right now, the output, which is all the way up here, that redstone lamp, is off. However, if any of the other levers are on, just one of them, you get on. But if two of them are on, you get off. And if any three of them are on, you get on. And if all four of them are on, you get off. So I'm just going to go around in a circle and flick these because it's going to take too long to show every input. I think there's like 16 or 32 possible ones, so I don't really want to do that. See, it's off now, and then we're about to do 3 for odd. But I just fully, troubleshooted this before the lesson. It definitely works. So I'm probably going to use MC Edit to copy this just giant thing and put it in another world, and I'll probably make a video by itself just about this. I'm not going to do a tutorial because there are parts of it that I don't remember anymore because it took 2 or 3 hours to build or something. But it does indeed work. I haven't actually seen anything out there like it. However, there's no point in ever building this. Making it with pistons is probably easier, but I wanted to go all redstone. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're going to go work on the XOR gate. So we're going to go look at the truth table now. So be right back, guys. Alright, so here we are with the XNOR gate truth table. So we've got the same setup as before, except it's the exact inverse. Big surprise. The not exclusive gate, or the exclusive NOR gate, is the opposite of the exclusive OR gate. And yes, that's just how it is. The N just negates it. So you can see, instead of having off, on, off, you have on, off, on. Which means when both inputs are the same, you have on, and when both inputs are different, you have off. Or, when you have AND and NAND gate true, you have on, and exclusive OR true is off. Anyway, let's go get to learning how to build this. Alright guys, so here is the XOR gate. The XNOR gate, my mistake. So let's build the XOR gate that we had before. Sorry guys, I'm not feeling well still. But this is going to be the XOR gate that we just built over there, right there. And the only difference is we're going to turn it into an XNOR gate. And as we stated, it's basically the inverse of the signal that we had before. So all we have to do is add an extra NOT gate right here. So to negate from here. Okay, let's replace pistons. I don't need those right now. I don't know why that happened. And there we go. And that's our XNOR gate. There we are. See, it works perfectly. Perfect. So, let's look at some way more condensed versions of that. The XNOR gate, being the fact that it has those 3 gates, the 3 NOT gates, 1, 2, 3, can be simplified by making a NOR gate and an AND gate instead of an XOR gate and an AND gate, instead of making an OR and a NOR gate, an OR and an AND gate. So it's a little bit simpler here. So this is a very compact version of it. Here's another compact version that just actually looks really cool. I really like this one for some reason, but because it's really compact, it works well. The only problem is there's a pretty big delay, so due to all the torches. And here is the exact same design that except that the torches have been moved here. I meant the levers, so you don't need the 2 torches there. But it really isn't the best idea. I mean, the reason that the torches are here is because you've inversed the symbol and you inverse it again, so this becomes your double inverse, so that you're making an AND gate instead of an AND gate. It's double inverse instead, or not inversed. In this case, we make it not inversed. So that's the idea. This one, again, a lot of these are symmetric. This one has a really cool look to it, I honestly think. And I know cool is not everything. I'm not trying to say, like, build this one because it's cooler. I mean, these are very innovative designs. However, they are a little bit spaced. Like, this is pretty big, and these all have a pretty big delay. But there's no real avoiding the delay. Like, this one only has a couple NOT gates, so this one probably works really quickly. You need this because there's a torch on the other side, isn't there? Oh, actually, what is that? Yes, there was a torch in here. That's why I forgot. Alright, so that's a little hidden thing that you need to know. That, why can't I place a block here? There we go. So, there's a torch in here, and the signal is given to this redstone by placing that block there. So that one's a little weird looking, but yes, there is a torch in there placed against the side of this block. Here you have a design that we kind of saw over there, except a little bit different so that it works as an XNOR gate. Here's a design that's actually really helpful. Let's say you needed the output to be on the same side as the inputs. This one does the gate and reverses the signal. So you don't need to go around the gate, you go through the gate on this one. I thought that was pretty innovative and space conservative too. This one uses the properties of repeaters right here to power this block from this block. So that's your your NAND gate. And here is again my vertical XOR gate. That one over there, this one here, isn't simplified by making it the way it's made. You don't really simplify it. You would just add a NOT gate to the end. But this one and this one, you just add a NOT gate to one of the inputs. So it's pretty much the same thing, except now, depending on the signal, this is in the opposite. Like it's when this is off, this is extended. So it's just the inverse. And as for the 4-input XNOR gate, it's just, I mean, you could probably restructure this to be a little bit smaller, but this took me so long and so much troubleshooting that it's not really worth that for me to go out there and do that. So I would just say, like right here, add a NOT gate. Like this piece of redstone, you could instead just like make it this and put like a torch here, and now it's now it's an XNOR gate. So that's how you would really do that. Because for the XNOR gate, the rule is whenever you have an even number of inputs, such as 0, 2, and 4, it's on, and for 1 and 3, it's off. Alright, and that pretty much sums up our XOR and XNOR redstone lesson, tutorial number 7, I think. So, I just want to say, this is MusicDude14Z, and I am signing out. Thanks, guys.